Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to Christian's annual IEP meeting. I'm just going to start with an introduction of everyone. My name is Shauna Henriquez. I am the special education teacher and case manager for Christian. Next, we have Mom Tasha James. Dawn Lane, who is the special education director in LEA, and Jackie East, who is the general education teacher. The reason for this meeting is the annual IEP for Christian. I think before we get started, it is important that we establish some norms. It's important that we are making sure that everybody feels heard and respected, and there should be no interrupting or talking over everybody. Let's try to respect everyone's thoughts and opinions, as the reason we are all here is for the success of Christian. Let's also keep in mind that we are a team, and we all play a valuable part on this team, and we are all here to just make sure that Christian does well and flourishes and does his best. First, I will start with the testing. I gave Christian, since he's in 5th grade, I gave him the QRI word list and started with 5th grade. On that list, Christian did get a 10 out of 20. To be considered instructional, he has to get at least 14 out of 20. So then I went down to the 4th grade list where he did a little better. He got a 17 out of 20 on that list. So because of that, I gave Christian a 4th grade passage so that he could read and do some comprehension questions with it. His reading was really strong on the 4th grade level. He maintained his stamina. He was able to sound out and decode words, so he did pretty well on that. However, the comprehension is where he tended to struggle. He only got a 4 out of 8 on the questions, so that would be considered a frustration level for him. So I decided to give him a 3rd grade reading passage, which again, the reading he did well. The comprehension, he got a 6 out of 8, so he did do better. I feel like Christian struggled with both explicit and implicit questions. And those are the questions that are implicit, are the questions that he kind of has to read between the lines. They're not really right there. And the explicit are the answers that are right there. He can just go back in the passage and look. So he struggled with both. So I felt like comprehension for him was a struggle. Then I also gave him the KTEA math testing. Christian had a low score of a 77. He struggled with multiplication and skip counting. So, for when it came to the goals, I decided to give Christian word problems. I did this because I felt like it would be beneficial for him to get double hit with the comprehension. So he would have to read a word problem, and it involves multiplication and division. So he would have to figure out which operation to use. So I think that him having to read the word problem and comprehension would help him with that. I also decided, because based on the testing, it said that he struggled. Well, it shows that he struggled with skip counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s. So I decided to also give him skip counting as a goal. For the reading goals, I decided to give Christian spelling long vowel words with different patterns, and also give him a reading comprehension passage. Now, for the reading comprehension, he can read, so it would be an instructional level passage, which would be on the 4th grade level. And then, so he can read that independently. And then afterwards, I'll ask him the comprehension questions, and then I'll see how he does with that. So Christian will continue to receive the 60 minutes of math and reading in the small group setting based on his testing. That is the best, least restricted environment for him. He will have accommodations. He can have preferential seating. He can have extended time for assessments and assignments if need be. He can also have his directions read aloud to him, as well as chunking the assignments, right, where we would give him parts and he could just take a break, because he can take frequent breaks as an accommodation too. So he can do the first part and, take a break and then come back to it. We'll just let him complete his assignments with breaks. We did decide that extended school year would be beneficial to Christian. Based on regression and recoupment, it does seem that for Christian, it would be him taking a summer off would just cause him to regress and lose the skills that he has worked so hard to build up. So in order for him to maintain those skills, it's important that he come to the extended school year program. I also would like to give you the procedural safeguards, which are your right as a parent. And you can, if you lose a copy, you can always ask for it. We can always give that to you. And then we have the NOREP, the Notice of Educational Placement, and the prior written notice, which has the amount of time for the services that Christian is receiving. Like I previously stated, he is receiving 60 minutes of math and 60 minutes of reading daily. So that is all in his IEP. I think that, well, first, let me just ask you, Mom, or anybody else that's on the team, does anybody have any concerns or any things that you would like us to work on or to assist Christian with? And I know, Mom, we did recently speak and you discussed Christian's organizational skills. And so you would like us to kind of work on, helping him to become more organized. We, in my classroom, we do use color-coded folders so that, Christian will know, okay, reading goes in the red folder and math goes in the blue. Hopefully that will help him to stay organized and stay on top of everything. I can also give him a checklist, like a daily checklist that he can use at the end of the day, just to make sure, that things are put away or he has his homework and, he's checked in or did whatever he needs to do. So I also want to make sure that I explain that how I would actively listen to and address the needs of families. Communication, I feel like, is key with all of us here on the team. I think if anybody has any issues or concerns regarding Christian, that, we communicate and we come together as a team. We can, have check-ins. I mean, I am always available by phone or email. Mom, we have constant communication. We text often. That if you need to call me, you can do that. And the teachers here, Miss East and I, we communicate and we collaborate like with lessons so that we are both kind of doing the same thing. But I'm, I might do it a little slower, do it a little different. But, Christian is still going to be learning what his class is learning. It's just at a different pace. And I do think that, for the LEA or, the special education director, if need be, you can reach out to me and I can reach out to her, or, you have everybody's email and phone number, Mom. If you have any questions or concerns, or if anybody does, please feel free to reach out to me as the case manager, and I will do my best to answer any questions or, relay the messages to whomever needs those. Okay, thank you everyone for attending Christian's annual IEP meeting. I look forward to seeing some progress with Christian, and thank you all for being a part of the team. Have a great day.